Scorpio Venus, this is your reading for relationships for December 2024. Whenever you're seeing this, my name's Podkane, and if you don't know your Venus sign, excuse me, I invite you to check out a website like astrocharts.com where you can get your full natal chart, including your Venus sign. You don't need to know your exact time of birth. You can just plug in 12 p.m. or whatever, Okay. So if you might have already figured out that I'm getting over a sickness and my voice, I'm kind of losing it. It's probably my last reading I'm going to do today, to be honest. But I am so enthusiastic about doing these readings right now. I've had it officially with sitting around doing nothing while being sick. I'm very excited to read for you today. So, Scorpio Venus, what's going on with your relationships right now in December 2024, whenever it is that you come across this reading? Scorpio Venus. Get a card for Scorpio Venus. Fear of loss. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. Okay. And I'll use the Mystic Mondays Tarot to get your reading for you today. Scorpio Venus, what's going on in your relationships right now? For relationship, December 2024, whenever it is that you see this. How are you showing up right now, Scorpio Venus? Princess of Pentacles, you have something to offer. You want to make an offer to someone, your person. Make an offer to them, got a gift for them. You got a new plan, a new idea. And your person is showing up as the Magician reversed. So your person right now, they may be going through a period in the relationship where they are not super engaged. They may be kind of like, I want to say inadequate, but that's not quite right. It's like they don't have everything that they need to move towards you in the relationship. It may kind of be Eight of Pentacles. So they're working on something with themselves. They're trying to move into a place of the Magician, but they're not there yet. This is a repeat behavior situation where they kind of maybe withdraw from you, or they want to even move towards you to work on something. This is going to be a tough one because this is my partner's Venus sign. I need to get that out of my head. What's the issue? What's the issue for you guys right now? The Queen of Wands reversed. There's not a lot of love or passion going on right now. It's not, there's not a lot of exuberance or no one's taking the lead. Yes, no one is taking the lead. Both parties are just sort of waiting to hear from the other person, and it may not even be like a conscious matter. It's more just like, well, if they wanted to say something, they'll come and say something to me. Or if they wanted to make a plan for a date, then they do that or whatever. But both parties are doing this, and, so there's some kind of imbalance here with the Temperance reversed. What are you wanting in the situation, in the relationship right now, Scorpio Venus? What are you wanting? What do you want? The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Hangman. Interesting. Yeah, you want to take a new approach and see something from a new direction. There's been a habit or a ongoing pattern of behavior, or an ongoing like, what's the word? like a schedule, or there's something, the same thing happens every single day, every single month, you know, just an ongoing thing. It's always this way, right? You're wanting to put the brakes on that. Let's reconsider what we're doing. Let's figure out something new, and find a new way of relating to each other, and conducting what goes on in the relationship too. What is Scorpio Venus's person want right now? Four of Swords reversed. They definitely want some action to happen. The World, an end to something. An end to the isolation, and kind of just going away from the city. Normally in the Four of Pentacles, and you can even see it here, it's like in the cube, you know, it's like closed off and closed in. And the normal deck, you have a man that's clutching his pentacles on his little box, like here's all his stuff that he has, and he's out away from the city and away from everyone else. That your person is really wanting to instigate some action or get something moving to put an end to this isolation, and bring back, you know, the passion or the energy or the excitement, the inspiration, for sure. So you're both kind of on the same page there. What are you afraid of right now in the relationship? Investigating something, or isolated and being alone. I'm afraid of being alone. Yeah. Okay. There's sort of this thing between, you know, even if I move on or if I stick to the old habits, either way, it's going to end up with unhappiness. And you're afraid of that. So isolation's not doing it for you. And what is your person afraid of? Scorpio Venus, what is their person afraid of? Scorpio Venus's person, what are they afraid of? Three of Cups. Oh, I know this isn't my life. But speaking in more generalities, friendships and partying, celebrations going to an extreme. They're afraid that you'll seek enjoyment with other people, not necessarily in a romantic sense at all, but just because you feel isolated or lonely, you go out and start partying, or seeking the company of friends, or some other type of supportive group, right? And that things will get way out of balance. Things will become extreme there with that. And Temperance reverse is definitely like a sign of overindulgence of any kind. Definitely could be like some type of substance abuse too. How do you see them right now, Scorpio Venus? How do you see your person right now? The sun, the sun. They mean so much to you. They're the light of your life. They have major, major importance. Judgment. Oh, I'm too sick to be doing this reading right now. But Judgment is about someone who has been through so much and they've gained such great wisdom that now they have a passion, a calling, and a purpose, that they speak truth to power. They have a powerful and impactful presence on others, and that they are truly transformative and healing to everyone that they meet. How does your person, Scorpio Venus, how does your person feel about you right now? How do they see you? How do they see you right now? Strength reversed. Five of Pentacles. They feel that You're going through a time period where you've isolated yourself because you don't feel strong. You're feeling weak and you're feeling left out in the cold. They really see that. And I don't think, it's a failing on your part. It's just something that you're going through, that they see you really struggling right now and kind of feeling left out in the cold and isolated, whether you did that to yourself or whether that kind of happened as just a net result. But I also have the Hierophant here, that when they see your true self, they see you having great wisdom and that you put your spirituality into action, that you're a leader, a teacher, a spiritual leader. And no, I'm not talking about a fucking guru. I'm talking about having a close connection with your own intuition, to where you use that intuition in your everyday life to great effect, to build something powerful that has so many multi-layered meanings. It's not just, oh, I'm going to build a house, or I'm going to build a business that is generational or whatever. This is like, I'm going to build something that has such great spiritual meaning that it changes things. It brings insight of spiritual awareness to others. It uplifts others. Like if you look, it's the pyramid, right? The spiritual transformation symbol. And then you have the stairway leading up to the eye, the third eye. And then even the door at the base. It's like they see you as inviting others in to their own personal spiritual growth. All right. How can you support them at this time? Scorpio Venus, how can you support your person right now? Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. The Empress reversed. Two of Wands reversed. Ten of Swords reversed. Okay. I think in order to support them, you need to be clear-sighted about your own independence and your independent streak, right? You want to only rely on yourself because you feel that if you were to become codependent, you wouldn't have any opportunities and you'd be self-sabotaging yourself. This is so interesting for this coming up and how you can support them, because I don't think it's meant for you. You don't need to be supporting them right now. They're fine. I think that with this Magician going back, Magician reverse, they're not capable of coming towards you right now because they don't have everything that is needed to know what to do. They are working hard at it. They want to, but they need more information from you. And I think you becoming clear about why you have decided that you're just going to rely on yourself and not let people in, that's critical information that they need to know. Because you're afraid of losing your opportunities, your freedom, right? Your freedom in life. And you're afraid of sabotaging yourself by giving up your autonomy to another person. That's what you've conflated being supported as. Giving up your autonomy to another person. But hasn't this person earned your trust? I don't know. But how can you ask for support from them? The Moon. Two of Swords. Yeah. They need to understand that your fear of loss prevents you from making definitive decisions right now. because despite wanting to hear from them, move towards them, and have a more passionate relationship, there's a lot of things that you're afraid of right now. And even the fear of loss is an aspect of this, of losing them. And that is absolutely paralyzing your decision making. You're not willing to take a risk right now because of that. And how can they support you in knowing that? The Emperor. Stand up and protect you. Take initiative. Be a powerful ally. Be a provider. Make things happen. The Star. Be a source of hope and healing. Share their vision with you. They need to be able to share their vision of you as this Hierophant with you. Say, this is how I see you. This is like the real you behind all of this fear that's paralyzing you. This is what you're capable of, and this is who you are. And the Six of Pentacles reversed. They need to give more than they get right now. I think, you know, I don't know that they're resistant to that or anything like that. I just think that you may have previously, because you're already in this mode of the Seven of Wands here, right? This is my belief system. I'm standing my ground. My belief system is that I need to be independent and rely on myself. And so they already know that about you, right? And so because of that, they don't know how open you are to being taken care of and provided for. But that's what's needed. Okay. What are you learning in this situation? Scorpio Venus, what are you learning in this situation? The Five of Wands. King of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Swords. I think you're learning that oftentimes you fight with yourself between the aspect of yourself that wants to rush in and help and be a white knight and a savior and immediately rush into people's help and assistance and be useful to others. And and then the aspect of yourself that wants to judge others and be cold and cut them off and be critical, to set a powerful, impenetrable boundary with them so that you can't be hurt or harmed. And you're learning that in the very Scorpio way, you're just kind of bouncing between these two extremes without finding something in the middle that's temperate. You need to find something that's temperate. What are they learning in the situation? What are they learning in the relationship right now? Princess of Cups. And the Devil. You know, they're learning that they're compassionate and sensitive and emotionally pure messaging really can't do shit against the devil. These ongoing long-term struggles with fear and self-restriction, self-isolation. Yeah, it's going to take something more than that. The Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. It's going to take something more than that. Sweet words isn't going to cut it. And that's what they're learning with you right now. This is the missing aspect, this Ace of Pentacles that they are missing right now, is this Magician reversed. They need to bring something tangible to the fucking table. What is it though? What are you releasing now in the relationship? What are you letting go of? What are you letting go of in the relationship, Scorpio Venus? The Tower. King of Wands reversed. There's this part of you that's really learning now that predicting things are going to fall apart. Oh my God. Predicting that things are going to fall apart has created you, and it creates you into being a tyrant. And that's due to the fear of loss, right? When you're afraid of something, you see it as an enemy. And when you see something as an enemy, you start fighting with it. And you're learning now that your tower is more stable than you thought. And even if it isn't, there's nothing you can do about it. Most importantly, fearing that loss will create that loss. It will push that person further away. And it will cause you to isolate more because you don't trust anyone to support you and be with you and walk with you. What is Scorpio Venus' person letting go of right now? Six of Wands. Knight of Wands. Oh, Nine of Swords reversed. They're letting go of worrying about their own passions and their own self-actualization. I think right now they're understanding that you have a lot more going on than maybe you've let them in on. And that we need to get to the truth. We need to get to the bottom of it. They're learning now to set themselves aside and not worry about how they may be losing out on their own recognition, their own creative freedom, their own physical freedom, or anything like that. They're ready to let go of a lot of selfish ways. Not necessarily selfish, could be, but like self-focused ways to put the focus on you. And if they can come forward with a tangible way of like, okay, here's the new plan. We're going to cut out this responsibility here so that you don't have to work as much here, so that you can be free to heal from, the situation here. Or we're going to create this situation that is more secure for you so that you can feel more safe, even though that isn't exactly what I wanted or whatever, right? Like they're willing to put themselves aside for you now. Okay. Get the Hidden Truth Oracle for you. Scorpio Venus, what does your person want to tell you? I wish I could share my good news with you. I wish things could be different. I regret lying to you. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers on that. I wish I could share my good news with you. To that, it's not just like, oh, we haven't talked about it. It's like, I wish that this good feeling that I'm having, I wish you could share in it. Oh my God. Excuse me. I need a second. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm going to pull some clarifiers for each of these. I wish I could share my good news with you. The apple, the check mark, and on the acorn. 64, or perseverance towards a mighty goal, growing into stability. The apple. Okay, this is definitely gonna have to be my last reading today. Health, forbidden fruit, and knowledge. 110. Checked box, meeting the criteria, getting things done, verified. Yeah, so like I said, they're experiencing some kind of breakthrough right now, and they wish that you had a breakthrough too. They wish that you were sharing in this and celebrating it together and experiencing it together. I wish things could be different. In what way? Clarify that, please. In what way? Menorah? Guided by the light of God. They wish that you were more in touch with that spiritual aspect of yourself, where you saw how they see you at your core, which is being very spiritually guided to create and manifest real. I don't like using the word manifest, but like what I mean is from a spiritual driven place where you have a sense of purpose, creating from that place something powerful, something productive, lasting, life-changing for you and for others. I regret lying to you. What about? I don't lie to my man, and I don't like this showing up. It pisses me off, but I regret lying to you. What about? Okay. The bomb, the bed, 33, which is, looks like a bird in the hand. Destruction and liberation, tower moment, unforeseen change. The bed, rest, recuperation, meditation, and contemplation. And then 33, bird in the hand, appreciate what you have, gratitude. Your person hasn't been honest with you about a few things. One, how destructive things have been that caused them tower moments. And that also simultaneously how much a source of comfort you are to them. And how grateful they are for you. But I think in some respect, they may say that, but not practice it. It goes back to that thing of showing something tangible. Talk is so cheap. I have never seen a lie be portrayed that way before. But I think that's something that you actually very much understand, that if you don't show someone a tangible action or results or movement, it's a lie, because talk is cheap. You can say whatever you want, but until you show me the action, how can I believe it? How can I know that it's true? So, you know, to your person, they're saying, I do, you know, I do see you as a source of comfort, and I'm really grateful for you. And even with this, like, they even said, you really hurt me, but then, like, there was no tangible action towards any of these things. You didn't believe that you truly hurt them because they didn't take a tangible action about it. You didn't believe that they truly find you as a source of comfort because they're not taking a tangible action about it. I have never thought of it that way before, and that is so... I had that kind of... It's not quite anxiety, but it's like a kind of a little fluttering in the heart that, like, lets me know that, like, I'm about to figure some shit. I'm about to have a fucking judgment moment where I'm about to find some shit out. I am so grateful to that. Can I take action on it? My little Pisces self says, I don't know, but I'm just letting you know, Scorpio Venus, that this is how your person has thought about it, and juxtaposing that with how you think about it and why you saw it as a lie when they saw it as a truth, how you're both right. But yet right now, it's important that your person recognize why you didn't believe them, because they didn't take tangible action, both in the negative and the positive. They just said it. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Get a clarifying love situations card for Scorpio Venus. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom and prayer, but also have an open dialogue. Yeah, start communicating with your guides. Start reaching out to your angels, and you have a team. Everybody has a fucking team. Reach out to them. You don't have to know all the tea about who they are or anything like that. You can set your intention with your autonomy as a human being. You set your intention for those that have my best interests at heart, who are here to help. And this is a conversation I want to have right now. Reassembling ruins from shattered pieces, gather strength to rebuild what was once broken. I'm thinking of the sword in the Lord of the Rings. That fucking scene is so powerful. Fucking Hugo Weaving comes in there and he's all like, you know, and then whoosh and fucking whips out the sword. And man, it's so good. It's so good. That's a situation coming for you in your life, like reassembling what was once broken. Think about that movie. If that sword had never been broken, and the symbolism of that, everybody's seen fucking Lord of the Rings, right? We can have a dialogue about this, and you'll know what I mean. If that sword had never been broken, and the symbolism that came from that the line was broken, that there was no true leader of men, and that the race of men had fallen so far. If that sword had never symbolically broken, and it was just put up on a shelf somewhere, but let's say everything else happened the way that it happened, and that there was no air and blah, 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 right? And then you have that same scene where it's like, yeah, Aragorn, I know you've known that we've had the sword this whole time, and you could have used it at any time, but now I'm deciding that you can have it. Like, where's the symbolism in that? Where's the power in that? The symbolism of it being broken and then reforged is the perfect confluence of the right man with the right, father figure and the right partner, his Arwen, the right person to love him and reflect towards him. What an incredibly strong and determined and worthy and honorable man that he is. They all had to see it. They all had to know it. They all had to live it. And only then was it able to be reforged. And they even renamed it. Like, it wasn't even the same. Like, yeah, it was from the same shards, but it was from the shards of Narsil, right? And they called it something else. Anduin, Flame of the West, or something like that. Oh, I'm a nerd, okay? Anyway, the symbology of being broken and then reformed is so powerful in the human context. You had to be broken to experience what you're about to experience. And never being broken means that maybe you've never been defeated, but you also didn't have to try. You were already powerful. You didn't have to see that in yourself. You didn't have to experience it and live it out to the point where you could truly believe it and have it reflected back towards you. People who are never broken It's not their mission to understand their power because they already know it. It's their mission to give ground and show compassion and make tangible efforts to lessen and humble themselves, okay? To humble themselves towards those that they love. That is something that you, I'm willing to bet, already understand very, very well. And so that is not your mission. That is not your purpose. You already know how to humble yourselves to show compassion to those that you love. That's something that's a part of your nature. And if you're like me and you're with somebody, you know, where it's like that dynamic's going on, you both have so much to learn from each other. But yet it's something that neither of you have ever had to experience. Your person who's so strong, they've never had to fight for that power. They had it already. And you're a person that, if you're the person that is so humble and compassionate, you've never had to diminish yourself. It never felt like diminishing yourself. It was already in your nature. And so understand that your person is learning to diminish themselves and humble themselves. And your person needs to understand that you are learning to claim your power through experiencing it for yourself. Get a success card for you. Scorpio Venus, success card for you right now. What is it? Walk with joy. What is this, a monk on the moon? All right, I'm here for it. What's this? Many people ask Lao Tzu, why do you call the path your philosophy Tao, since it does not indicate any destination? Precisely for this reason, so that no one will forget that no destination exists, only the path exists. The destination and the reason for reaching it are not important or necessary. What counts is to walk with joy. In this case, you cannot mistake the road. In life, only instants that emerge into the present exist. You do not have to go anywhere. You are already where you should be. You only have to taste the nectar of what happens to you in this moment. Enjoy what existence offers you. Be simply here and let the joy of life overflow into you. Destinations, objectives, or horizons are strategies of the mind to deceive you. And that way, not only will you never arrive anywhere, you will let the presence of life escape you. That has been one of the hardest things for me personally to understand in that part of like Buddhism. But the thing is, the inspiration doesn't arrive until the moment that knowing happens, and that happens in that moment, not before, not after. You don't see it coming, you don't know how it'll feel, and you don't know what you're going to do. You just wake up that day like any other day, and the lightning bolt hits you, and like, I know what I need to do, and it's not tomorrow. It's not what I should have done yesterday. It's what I need to do in this moment, right this fucking second. Whether it's walk out this job or, you know, call up this person and say what I need to say, or call this job and, you know, say, hey, I need to ask for a raise, or I need to ask for promotion, or I would like to ask for a job. I want to come in and apply. Whatever it is, those are all things that are decided with the truth of spirituality in the moment. You can decide those things outside of that, of course, using logic, using pragmatism and stuff. But they never have that power unless you wait for the moment. And in every moment, you appreciate it for what it is. And if you feel inspired or desiring, I don't know, to take action somewhere, then you do so now. You know, it's like, oh, I want to, this week I was saying, I really want to do readings, but I can't right now because my voice and everything like that. And I'm too sick. I don't have the energy. And so then it just came back to, I have this desire. What can I do right now that will lead me towards that desire in future? And ultimately it was just get your rest and get better. That's it. There's nothing more to be done. And so then I just was appreciative that I had the opportunity to take time away from work and still get all my bills paid. I have someone to support me and back me up. That's wonderful. I had something to entertain me while I'm sat there doing nothing. I could learn about some new things and watch some new videos and stuff I hadn't seen before. And I was grateful that I wasn't any sicker, that I will get better. I knew I would get better. You know, it wasn't super serious or anything like that. So there's a complex. If you apply rationality to it, it sounds so nonsensical. But the simplicity of it is powerful, spiritually, divinely guided, motivated choices and actions happen with that instinct, that insight, that spark of intuition. And they can't be planned for. So until then, take very good care of yourself, Scorpio Venus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I also do rising sign readings every month. And until next time I see you, bye.